From Studio A at the USC Annenberg School, I'm Nicole Sheeran.
And I'm Carlo Jimenez.
Another Thursday, another Pac It In episode where we talk all things Pac-12 sports. But guys, it's March, so let the madness begin. This episode, we talk basketball, and a little more basketball.
Well, let's start with our Pac-12 Players of the Week, the most prestigious award in all the land. Nicole, who are you going with for this week's Pac-12 Player of the Week?
Okay, Player of the Week, more like Defensive Player of the Year, and I'm going with Cameron Brink. It's only fitting that with the Pac-12 tournament in full swing in Vegas as we speak, that I take it to the women's side for this one. Last regular season game against the Huskies on Saturday, she scored 17 points, had 5 blocks, and was an absolute bully in the paint with 11 rebounds. There's a reason why she was named Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. The 6'4" sophomore has a stellar resume, and she's an absolute menace on both ends of the floor. Cameron Brink is a major reason why the Cardinal had a bye in this tournament to begin with. Big baller Brink takes the spotlight this week.
Oh, okay. The Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. That's a good one. That's a good one. Well, I'm going to go 40 miles up the 880 North to Haas Pavilion. A guy who name you might not recognize. That's Jordan Shepard out of Cal. Why am I going with Jordan Shepard? We dropped 28 points against Stanford in the win in the rivalry game this weekend. In the first half, Shepard was leading the flock for the California Bears. He had 19 points at the half. Stanford as a whole had 12. He was outscoring them by himself. Shepard led his team to the promised land. They ended their 7-game home losing streak. Nicole, this is a guy who deserves way more recognition. Look, Jordan Shepard is preaching up there at Cal, and he needs more recognition for his immaculate abilities. I better see him on the first team all-conference list at the end of the year.
All right.
Well, let's go to our locks of the week, where unfortunately we both lost you money last week.
We're really sorry, guys. We let you down.
Yeah, it was a tough one. It was a tough one here on Pac It In, which means we're both getting punished. Nicole, what's this week's punishment?
We are. So like we did last week, we let Twitter decide once again, and you guys did. And you may be wondering, what the heck is a water gun debate? Well, we have some hot takes on this show, and we're about to cool them down a little bit right now.
Okay.
So the way this works, I'm going to say my lock of the week, and Carlo gets free reign to basically shoot me with a water gun. So let's get it going. Let me just grab these really quick. Carlo, pick your poison, blue or orange. Oh, also, this is sponsored by Tidal Storm.
New sponsor.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Tidal Storm.
Tidal
Pick your
Storm.
poison.
It's UCLA week. Give me orange.
Ooh. All right. Okay. Oh, God.
All right, Nicole.
All right.
Let's hear it.
No distraction can
Lock of
mess
the
me
week.
up. All right, guys. So, it's rivalry week, and you know what that means. I'm taking it down. Oh! To the Poly Pavilion, the final crosstown showdown of the regular season. And I'm going back to my OG team. What is that OG team? It's the Bruins. It's risky, I know, but I like to get risky for the biscuit. Out here. UCLA takes down USC, clinches the number 2 seed in the Pac-12. Here's why. Both teams are 14-5 in conference play. Now you may be thinking, Nicole,
Okay, sorry. Get your point out.
Okay.
I'll put the gun down. I'll put the gun down.
USC beat the Bruins last time, but that was at the home of the Trojans in the Galen Center. Also, Drew Peterson had one of the best performances of his life. Meanwhile, Johnny Juzang and Hawkes Jr. probably had one of their worst performances of the season. Hawkes turns around, he scores a career-high 30 points against Washington on Monday. So he's really juiced up for this weekend, okay? And if any of you watched the Arizona game on Tuesday, it was straight trash, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, but the Trojans got it handed to them by the Wildcats. So Poly Pavilion is electric, the Bruins are hungry for revenge, and a chance to secure the number 2 seed in the Pac. So that 5-game win streak the Trojans have over the Bruins, it all ends Saturday.
All right. Wow.
I think you took my eye socket out with that.
That water comes out fast.
It's aggressive.
Yeah.
Great job, Tidal Storm.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Shout out Tidal Storm. All right, This is my turn. Okay, well, Nicole's going to Westwood. I'm going to Vegas, baby. It is time to bet the house. We are not losing this one. And the game, well, it's tonight. The Oregon Ducks are taking on the UCLA Bruins, and there's no way they're losing. Let me tell you why. UCLA was in a dogfight just 24 hours ago when they took on USC. And in that dogfight, the Ducks were just taking notes on the side. They're relaxed. They're ready to go. What's more, UCLA found a ton of success against the Trojans in the paint, and that's just not happening. That's just not happening tonight. Why is that? Well, Oregon has 6'7" Sedona Prince and 6'5" first-team All-Pac-12 player.
That was a good one.
You having fun over there? Okay, and 6'5" first-team All-Pac-12 player, Niara Sabali, that will neutralize their strength. Look, the Ducks won the only game of the year between the two teams, and they won that game by 14 points, 67-53, just 2 weeks ago. Nicole, you're not going to catch me rapping. You're not going to catch me rapping this week. Last week was a fluke. This one, it's an alley-oop. Take the Ducks over the Bruins, and you'll win some money.
That was way too fun. I felt like I was just like 5 years old at like a swimming pool with my friends again.
You went hard.
I did.
I put
no
the gun
mercy.
down.
I have no mercy.
I was kind. I'm just gonna put I was kind.
Now you make me feel bad about it.
No. I mean, you definitely got me and half a studio A. But that's all right.
It's okay.
Okay. Well,
all right. Let me just.
Now that we've both taken water gun shots to the face, I guess it's time to move on. You know how to make some money. It's time to get you those dates and digits. It's time for swiping here on Packing It In. Nicole, let's start with our first topic. Stanford women's basketball, number 2 team in the country. Do they clinch the Pac-12 championship title for the 2nd year in a row?
Excuse me while I just swipe left on that one. The Oregon Ducks take their wings and fly to the top. Here's why. Oregon clinched the title in 2020 when they also took the top of the pack in regular season play. The last time the Ducks played the Cardinal, they only lost by 4 points in Eugene. That was the closest margin of victory in Pac-12 play for Stanford. Oh, and not to mention, the Ducks had a 10-point lead at one point during the game. They beat the number 2 team in the Pac-12, Washington State, by 53 points. That's 5-3. Just let that really sink in for a second, okay? Tahina Paopao, India Rogers, and Niara Sabali, they're the only trio in the Pac to average 13 points a game each. One-and-done tournaments, they're meant for Cinderella stories. All it takes is one slip-up and your hashtag cut. So those Stanford trees are getting chip, chopped.
Woo! All right,
Yep.
Hot take. Listen, Nicole, I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. This is one of those swipes where I'm not even clicking through the pictures before I'm swiping up. I'm super liking this topic. Stanford, let's run through who they have on the roster. Pac-12 Player of the Year, Haley Jones. Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, as you mentioned, Cameron Brink. And Pac-12 Coach of the Year, maybe the greatest women's basketball coach to grace the Conference of Champions, Tara Vanderbilt. Stanford has not lost a game since Santa was preparing his sled back on December 21st. Nicole, you might be wondering, who did they lose to? Well, that's a great question. The number 1 team in the country, South Carolina, by a total of 4 points. Cardinal have won 31 straight games against Pac-12 teams. 31. And that streak does not end this weekend. They're winning the Pac-12 championship for the 2nd year in a row. Look, trying to beat Stanford is like trying to burn a 200-year-old redwood. You're just not doing it. That tree is surviving. No chance. Good luck. Stanford's running away with things in Vegas.
I guess we'll all see it go down on March 6th. It should be interesting, that's for sure.
Be a good one.
But you know what? We're taking it to the men's Pac-12 tournament for topic number 2 because, like we said, it's March and let the madness begin. So the Arizona Wildcats are destined for the NCAA championship. Carlo, what are you swiping on this one?
You know, I was hesitant on this Wildcat team, and then I saw them maul the Trojans at home on Tuesday. It was not a fun game to watch if you're a USC fan. They are destined to be the Pac-12's first NCAA champion in men's basketball since the turn of the century. Let me lay it out for you. Look, this is a Wildcat team with experience. They have four sophomores and a junior on their starting lineup. No true freshmen. They also have a coach in Tommy Lloyd who's been to the tournament championship 2 times in his 20-year career under Mark Few at Gonzaga. And they're a very tall team. That's going to make it very hard to score on them, which juxtaposed with their fire offense, which is 3rd in the nation in points per game and 1st in scoring margin, there's just no way I see them struggling in the NCAA tournament. Look at last year's NCAA tournament, Nicole. The last 2 teams standing, Baylor and Gonzaga. Why? Because of their offenses, and that's what Arizona has, along with that freshman experience, along with that great coach to lead them. That's a championship winning combination. The Wildcats, they're going to be dancing in March and all the way to April.
So first, we both lose our locks of the week, and now for the first time in Pac It In history, we both agree. And
Woo!
let me just tell you, that's pretty rare on this show, more like ever. So
No.
we agree.
We agree.
Wow. But you know what? Wildcats in the house. Everybody say it loud. That's right. You know why? Because they have a stacked squad. Kirk Krissa, Benedict Mathurin, Azulis Tubelis, Ballo, Terry, Kyer. I mean, the list could literally go on. They lead the country in assists per game, absolutely dominate teams in transition. We saw this happen to USC on Tuesday. You're looking at an NBA caliber team with every single player on that court bringing dominance to the table. Oh, and they're 2nd in the country in rebounds, so this team performs on both sides of the court. They just have it all going on, okay? Shooting, assists, turnovers, steals. Wildcats emerge from the desert and claw their way to the top, baby. Full confidence.
And we better see a big A on your NCAA tournament at the end, because there's no shot the Wildcats aren't winning this one. Let's go to our final segment of this fantastic episode number 5. The Beat the Buzzer is up. We're debating the hot topics. You know the drill. 30 seconds plus 15 if the Magic Elves like you. Let's start up, Nicole. We're hitting the road next week.
We are.
Wednesday, we are headed to Vegas for the men's basketball tournament. On that topic, which Pac-12 hooper would you want to sit in the car for that 4-hour drive to Sin City?
Okay, so if I'm in a long car ride, I need 3 things, okay? Someone who keeps me entertained, good music, and good food. And there's only one person in the pack that immediately came to mind, and that's the one, the only, Chavez Goodwin, okay? First of all, he has an incredible story. He overcame a lot of heartbreak to get to where he is today. And we all know he's a star hooper, being a top leader in rebounds and scoring, but he's got the moves. You catch him bussing it down every game, and that's a necessity on at least my kind of road trip. Oh, and the most important part of all of this, the respect for fun food. I mean, have you seen his good ones with Goodwin? It's incredible. His love for hot wings is truly unmatched. And trust me, we'll find every hot wing stop off the road going to Vegas. Because, you know, my life revolves around food, and I'm telling you right now, you don't want a hangry Nicole on a road trip.
Okay.
So we're finding those wings.
Good to know.
Yep.
So when we leave, we're going to have to find food for Nicole.
Yes.
All right. I'll let Eli know. Okay, well, I'm going with a little different approach to this one. I'm going with a man out of Washington, Terrell Brown Jr. Why? Because, well, the Pac-12's leader in points per game has a fantastic story. 4 years ago, he was playing JUCO ball, and then he walked on to Seattle University, where in 2 seasons, Nicole, he became the 2nd fastest player ever to reach 1,000 points as a walk-on. His godfather, only Jason Terry, U of A assistant, and to go from JUCO ball to leading the Pac-12 in scoring, that is an incredible story. This is a guy I want to talk to on the road, and we'll have stories for days. I can't wait to spend 4 hours with Terrell Brown Jr.
All right.
Well, that's going to do it for today, but next week, Pac It In is hitting the road. We are going to Vegas. From Annenberg Media's Studio A, I'm Carlo Jimenez.
And I'm Nicole Sheeran.
We'll see you next time in Sin City.